Hello everyone, this is Ashish Jain with Private LTE and 5G.com, and I'm here today at OnGo Forward event in Dallas, Texas, joined by Johnny Park, the CEO of WIN, a consortium of 10 counties in Indiana that unites with a common purpose to promote digitalization in agriculture and manufacturing. Johnny, thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you.
So tell me a little bit more about your organization and mission, and how does connectivity play a role in this mission that you have?
Sure. So first of all, we are a nonprofit organization funded by Lilly Endowment. And our ambitious goal is to develop our region we call Wabash Heartland. It's a 10-county region in Indiana into a global epicenter of IoT in agriculture and manufacturing. Very ambitious goal, but we believe that we have all the key ingredients to make it work. So, why not us? So one of the first things that we felt was really important in that journey was to accelerate the adoption of technologies by local farmers and local manufacturing companies. So we go out and vet various innovative technologies around the world. And once vetted, then we partner with those companies and bring their products into the hands of farmers and manufacturing companies in our region. And we incentivize them to adopt those technologies by providing a substantial subsidy to the level where it's almost a no-brainer for them to give it a try in the beginning. And as they use more technologies, and our thesis is that they're going to get better, they're going to be more competitive, they're going to be more productive, and eventually it's going to bring prosperity to the region. And also having these progressive end users who are incentivized to adopt technologies is also going to attract tech startups to have more physical presence in our region, because they want to be closer to where the customers are. And we have seen that happening in our region. So as we embark on this journey of accelerating technology adoption by farmers and manufacturing companies, obviously connectivity is really important. You can't have IoT without the I,
Of course.
right? And so unfortunately, many parts of our region still has pretty poor connectivity infrastructure. So it became very necessary for us to also look into this connectivity or broadband as yet another technology sector that we go out and vet and bring their products and technologies and implement them and accelerate its deployment and drive research and education. So
very, very interesting. Now, connectivity comes in many flavors, right? I mean, it is Wi-Fi and cellular and many other things. There's been an emerging trend of using cellular as a private technology called private cellular or private 4G, 5G. How do you see that fit in what the farmers and the manufacturers you're serving need, and what kind of a potential do you see for a technology like this to address the daily pain points that you have noticed in their evolution to adopt IoT and digital technologies?
Yeah. So the best answer I can give is that I'm not an expert, but at the end of the day, customers really don't care whether it's private, public. But unfortunately today, again, the lack of connectivity is really prohibiting a lot of farmers and manufacturing companies to adopt new technologies. So, as an example, we have a company called Salimtech. They have developed a autonomous robot that can roam around the field, as solar powered, and be able to see the field using the cameras and be able to identify weeds versus crops and spot spray herbicide where there's weeds. So they're able to save a lot of herbicide that way and be able to accurately control the weed pressure. But currently it's backed by cellular, right? And some of the fields don't really have a good connectivity by cellular. So again, that is prohibiting end users to adopt this emerging technology that is not only good for environment, but also really helps farmer to be more productive. So at the end of the day, it needs to work. And I think one of the barriers that I see is a business model, right? And so whether it's a private, LTE or 5G, again, I'm not here to tell you which one is the best. At the end of the day, there needs to be some connectivity that works, that has the farmers and manufacturers be able to operate and deploy technologies, and has a proper business model that can be sustained for the long haul.
Very interesting. I've also noticed Indiana recently got a large chunk of money for rural broadband. So what is happening from that perspective? Can you shed some light on how you are supporting in the rural broadband connectivity?
Sure. Our organization, again, our mission is to accelerate adoption of technologies, and we're treating broadband as yet another technology. So we have this 10-county region we call Living Lab, where we can bring cutting edge, innovative technologies and give it a try and see if it's viable. And so we are helping the state to see which technologies truly work and is beneficial for end users. And hopefully we can provide good insights for other regions, other municipalities to see, here are the business model, here are the technologies and products we've deployed, here's what we have learned, right? And take what we have learned and apply in their areas.
So spectrum had been a big barrier for providing cellular connectivity, most reliable cellular connectivity to enterprises for their private use. Now, with CBRS models and technology evolutions like CBRS, have you seen an impact in the county in terms of what opportunities it enables and opens up for the farmers and manufacturers to adopt digitalization faster?
And again, I think maybe perhaps it's a lack of awareness, lack of infrastructure, but there are companies emerging now is utilizing CBRS as a way to enhance their product deployment. So one company that I'm familiar with, they're developing yet another autonomous vehicle for agricultural applications. They're using Starlink as a backhaul and deploy CBRS base station in agricultural field. And from that base link is able to serve multiple autonomous vehicles using CBRS. So that's just one example, but as a backhaul.
Very interesting. Now, you spend a lot of time with the community you serve, farmers and manufacturers. And I don't know if you want to specify how many, but if you have to bring their voice to the tech community, what would you basically suggest the vendors and service providers on how to treat the requirements of agriculture and manufacturers in their digitalization, and what do they need to do better to serve their needs?
I would say that I think because the fact that there isn't sufficient connectivity infrastructure in rural parts of the nation is because the current business model relies on connecting homes, serving people, right? But a lot of our counties in rural areas, it's very rich in agricultural production or manufacturing production, but it doesn't necessarily have a lot of densely populated people, right? So think about this as a way to incentivize businesses, not just connecting people, but these corns and conveyor belts also need to be connected. I read an article by USDA that today farmers are losing between 15 to 18% of their productivity because of lack of connectivity.
Right? Oh, that's a huge number.
So in our county called Benton County, they have about 8,000 people and less than 4,000 homes in the entire county, right? Just from people population perspective, it's not a lucrative business opportunity, right? But that county also produces $500 million worth of crops every year.
Wow.
Okay, but think about, because of lack of connectivity, farmers in that county is losing about $80 to $90 million a year, right? So there's definitely opportunity, and so it's not just connecting homes, but every stalk of corns, every conveyor belt, every vehicles also need to be connected.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the industry is getting there. And thanks a lot for your time.
You're welcome.